Different maker, record breaker. 6 on my chest like an LA Laker. Bars are hot, and bars are ready. A Little Caesars.
In the only building this franchise has ever known. We're at the home of the Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, our draw features 2 from the AFC between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. Return starts at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
There's a dive up the middle. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost and a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone.
Here we go.
They go play action with Stroud. Brought in close to the 8. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Stroud completes it quick.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal.
On the quick, right? 18. That's it. Hey, uno. 11.
Shotgun now for Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Now Stroud on 3rd and goal. Escapes the pocket. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, and I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I would be.
Has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Drive play straight ahead. And this play reaches the 35 before he comes to an end. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Hey, ram. Let's go.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
21.
Another carry for him. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stop just a little bit shy of the marker.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On 3rd and 1, it's Herbert. That one's good to McConkey. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and 10, Herbert. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers pull ahead 6-3 in the first. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
28-yard line.
Texans to the line. First and 10.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
Give now to the running back. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopped by Deion Henley.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going. That incompletion won't help.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard.
Oh, ready.
Trying to push this past the marker. He is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on 4th, and they pick up the first down, too.
The beauty of that execution, Kate, is he didn't even know he was going to get the ball there on 4th down in that RPO. So extra credit for the focus, and even more so for the conversion.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Swap. Mother swap.
On play action, here's Stroud. Jump off cut by his back. Oh, put him in the spin cycle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. A fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Oh, ready? 18. What's that?
On first down, they'll run. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
18. What's that?
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. One for his running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
This 8-play drive might be on its last legs here, partners. They try to figure out this 3rd and 7. To the air on 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball. Hey, whether it's a good hold or not, the process is the same for that kicker. He's going to catch some unfair blame on this one, Kate, because it was the snap that just set everything off. Not accurate enough, and that left the holder scrambling to try to get his job done, and none of them, unfortunately, could.
Hey, ram. Go.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 46-yard line.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They give it to him again. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop.
Humble 5 to 6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Back to the well again. So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on 4th down. That's the end of the 1st quarter. The Chargers have an early lead. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. And the offense remains on the field as they face 4th and 1. He finds him beyond the marker. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. One of their best play calls of this game so far, Brock. 17 yards on 4th down. That gets him the 1st. New set of downs for him from the 31. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Pulls it on the 7. To the house, touchdown LA! The Chargers keep their drive alive and reach Pater 1 play later.
The kicker on before the extra point.
So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Texans 3.
The Chargers just about ready. And there they go, sending it away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On the quick, right? 118. What's up?
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
At the 50-yard line.
Here we go. 118. What's up?
Back-to-back carries here. That's a nice lane there. That's good for 6 yards.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
11. Hey, uno more.
Here's Stroud now. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Throwing from the gun. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jalen Reed with the INT. And the Chargers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's 2nd down coming up. Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. Lasers this one deep down the middle. They connect on the deep shot. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers parlay the interception into points.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers push their lead to 18.
Texans 3.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. Fields this one at the 3. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. We'll get an injury stoppage. That's one of the Chargers who's pretty shaken up and being tended to. Offense to the line. Trips left. Here comes 1st and 10. Stroud from the pistol. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock. So unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
Setting him on the dive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Stroud off the play fake. Finds his man. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's down to almost, nope, actually going to give him the 30 here. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
This one's to Rice out on the right side. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Shroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now they're going to have to figure out this third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. It's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
Here we go. Look the high. Look. Hey, under. Buggy. Hey, south.
To the air yet again. It's Stroud. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they come up big on third down there with the sack.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Fourth and forever coming up.
Here we go.
Stroud's going to throw for it. And he had it, but no, can't complete the crosses of the catch, and they wind up turning it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. Hits the 20, the 10. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a first and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By getting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. And the Texans have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Starting out trips right here. First and 10.
Oh, 118. That's it. Level.
Here's the one back on the handoff. He surges ahead for 5. Make it second down.
Well, I think I hear the warning sirens. You hear them, Kate? I think they just got quieted. Because that run right there gave them enough room from their goal line where you should feel comfortable calling anything in your playbook.
So 2nd and 5 on deck as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from NRG Stadium in just a moment. 5 still to go here. This is second down. Running it now out of the gun. And this defense bringing the hammer down, driving it backwards through the 9. Offense up to the line fast. Going on third down, Stroud. That's caught for the first. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Finish with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack. You can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Here we go. Let's go. Look the hot. Tony.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Hot. 118. What's that? Why Tony? Tony.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
And on 4th and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this. Stroud going to go for it. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Along the right sideline, there's space. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers boat racing them to the halftime locker room.
That's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights, and the Chargers grow their lead yet again.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I'm just telling you that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred in this range. From the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band. Sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin. Flex these balls.
The Chargers just about ready. There they go, sending it away. He's going to field this at the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Oh, ready.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
118.
Shotgun now for Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
The defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Quick, right?
They'll run it here on 3rd down. And he hits a wall, stops at a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down.
28-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
On the return, the Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Chargers getting set. 1st and 10.
Hey, set. Real.
Here's the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. I love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Set.
The give here on 2nd. And he used all the space he had. Got him around 8.
blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in, already under my skin, and I know exactly how this ends. I let you open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.